In the UK, there are roughly 7 million carers, and this number is surely on the rise. With more and more people requiring care, it's becoming more apparent that the needs of carers are also starting to push their boundaries.
It is hard when you lose a member of the residential care.
I do find that stress levels get quite high as a care worker, especially with the end-of-life care that I give to some clients.
Care workers are the people we turn to when a loved one is coming to the end of their life. So not only do they have to deal with the strain of their own life, but they also have to take on the burden of others. Out of the UK's carers, 42% of these are male and 58% are female. However, by 2030, the number of carers will increase by roughly 3.4 million.
I think being a carer is probably one of the most rewarding jobs you can have, because you're on the front line, you're directly helping people. Most of the clients, if you didn't go to see them in the morning, they wouldn't be able to get out of bed, they wouldn't be able to see their family, they wouldn't be able to do anything.
A BBC survey in 2010 estimated that there are roughly 700,000 young carers in the UK. And however rewarding this job may seem, there are also the negative factors which people can sometimes ignore. Stress, anxiety, depression, and having to deal with loss of life on a regular basis can be challenging for carers across the country, not to mention for regular people at home.
Loss of life in care is something that's completely unavoidable. I mean, it obviously affects us as carers, but the first death that I experienced at work really took me by surprise. But now, I mean, death's a part of life, so it's something you kind of just have to deal with, and at the end of the day it's about us trying to support the families because they're the ones that have to live with it.
In this documentary, we will be talking to the people on the front line of care, getting their opinions on the business and why they chose to do it.
People don't take us seriously in care, like if you took your resident to the hospital, they look at you as if like, yeah, you can wait, or and no, they don't, because how much like wages you get for being a carer compared to a doctor, a nurse, and basically we're just doing the same job as them. In fact, we do probably more, because there's some things that like the NHS staff and doctors and nurses won't even contemplate on doing to residents in residential care.
I think as a carer, the professionals don't really take us seriously at all, especially when it comes to doctors and things, because obviously we're in the home of the carer, the home of the client every single day. We know what their condition is, whereas the doctor sees them for maybe like once every 2 weeks, but they don't take our opinion seriously at all.
Having a mental toll on us, you don't switch off. As I mean, some staff might, but it's got to be in you. It's got to be in you to do the job. You got to be you got to have empathy with certain people. So obviously you don't switch off when you come home. You're thinking about, is the place safe? Are your residents safe? Have they been fed? Have they been watered? Have they been like in the proper care you've left them in?
I definitely think we don't have enough time to see clients, especially when most of the morning calls are only for half an hour. But in that time you've got to wash them, you've got to dress them, you've got to make them a drink, you've got to give them all their medication. Most of the time you need to hoist people or transfer them using a rotunda. And it just makes it 10 times harder knowing that you need to rush, and it's just so much more stressful.
How bad does it affect us when it comes to loss of life in care? It's not supposed to affect us, but it does, dramatically.
I definitely feel like I get attached to some clients that I see, especially if you see them on a regular basis. It's hard, they tell you you're not supposed to get attached to them, but it's hard not to when you see them all the time.
Being a manager, you've got to make sure that everything is on tiptoe, par with everything. So obviously, you deal with a lot of the background history of that individual, so they become family.
I definitely feel like I bring work home with me sometimes, especially when you're carrying out end-of-life care, because usually doctors will give clients like a week or two to live. So you leave their house and then you come home and you're constantly thinking, are they okay? Have they gone? I think being a carer has definitely hardened me up to emotional situations because of all the stress that we have to deal with. But I find it more rewarding than anything.